Good morning, everybody. I'm Robert Scheer, and this is your 6 AM Wake Up. For those of you older, you may remember 60 Minutes, which is a long-running TV show. I think it's the longest ever. They used to have a segment by this guy, Andy Rooney. It's been quite a few years since he's been on. And at the end of each show, he would close the show with like this 2-minute rant. The only thing to call it really is a rant. He would rant about some relatively minor issue that was bugging him. It was entertaining, and we all got used to Andy Rooney as a curmudgeon who would go on and on about some issue that was bothering him. And importantly, he never really had a solution. Well, I have these rants too. I have a lot of things that bug me, and I'll confess I don't often have solutions either. I do try not to get caught up in the small details, but there is one important issue that I want to share or rant with you about. This is the struggle that I have. I suspect some of you also have it. This is with friends who do not share my political point of view. I struggle with what is the right approach. If your friends don't share your politics, isn't that the same thing as saying they don't share your values? Because aren't your political views, after all, an embodiment of your values? I always struggle with a lot of commentary about earlier times where people failed to dissent. Particularly, this is brought up regarding Nazi Germany in the 30s. And the whole concept is people could have or should have spoken up earlier. And I don't know whether that's historically accurate. But the whole point is that when people are bothered by things and they don't speak up, isn't that sort of giving your consent? And if you knew what was going to happen and didn't speak up, isn't that a big failure? So I think about this a lot. I actually think about trying to apply the serenity prayer, which is to bring it back to 12 steps. The serenity prayer says, please give me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So I think to myself, should I stay friends with people who I don't politically agree with, or should I change the friendship? This is really challenging because I love these friends in so many other ways, but we disagree politically. Of course, the other alternative is to simply not talk about politics or events of the day, but those kinds of things are really my passion, and it would significantly narrow the relationship. I don't have an answer to this one. I'm simply posing the question. I'll have to pray on it, or if you prefer, sit with it. I think this is a challenge all of us have to face, which is where do we draw the line between accepting behavior that we don't agree with, or even opinions that we don't agree with, or feeling that we need to demonstrate our disagreement by making a change or making an objection. Thanks for listening to my thoughts for the day.